Most men think that they have to be a selfless man or a tyrannic man in order to keep a woman attracted long term. Both is absolute bullshit. And after speaking with several hundreds of women and being in 5 long-term relationships, I'm going to teach you my secret way of creating a loving and passionate relationship without sacrificing your good heart and by being a good, selfish man. You want to say hi? Yeah. Only a selfish man, a Hercules, makes a woman feel safe. Both a selfless Kevin or a tyrannic Andrew make a woman feel unsafe. When a woman feels unsafe, here's the secret, bro. She cannot trust you, she cannot trust you, she cannot be aroused around you, she cannot love you. I need you to listen carefully now, because if you don't understand the concept that I'm about to teach you now, you will fuck up your next or your current relationship. So think of it this way. She met you as the CEO, yeah, of your life, your leader, the leader of your life. The moment you started loving her, you stopped being the CEO of your life and actually became an account manager, a customer service representative who didn't ask, how can I protect this relationship? How can I create the most amazing relationship, aka the most amazing company? And instead, you ask yourself, how can I keep her happy? How can I make her happy? How can I put her above me in order to show her how much I love her? But that thinking goes against her primal nature of only being attracted and only being capable of loving a man who she can look up to. From now on, I want you to view her as this chief operating officer and yourself as the chief executive officer of the relationship. You two work together to make this relationship work. So step number 1 is protect the relationship, not her mood. Like, I was raised by my grandma, who conditioned me to believe that a woman's reaction to my boundaries determines the quality of my behavior and the quality of my boundaries. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds kind of toxic, right? Think about it. As a leader of a team, the coach, the captain of the team, the CEO of a company, you will have to make decisions that are good for the greater good, that are good for the company, but that might piss off a couple of people. For example, profit has been down. Now you're going to freeze promotions and salary raises. That's going to piss off a lot of people. For example, if freezing promotions and salary raises causes a -5 points on the satisfaction scale, but it ensures the longevity of the fucking company, is that really worse, or is that really bad compared to potentially -100 satisfaction points when the company goes bust and everyone loses their job? A client of mine who was making multiple 6 figures and was a vice president of a company struggled to tell his girlfriend that it's not okay to meet with her ex. It's not okay to text with her ex, because he judged the quality of his boundary by her mood. She was pissed that he asked her to stop texting him. And guess what? She ended up cheating on him with that guy. So he protected her mood and he gained 5 satisfaction points in the short term. But guess what? He sacrificed 100% of the relationship because he refused to protect the relationship, not her mood. Does it make him really selfish if he wants to protect the integrity of the relationship? Or does it actually make him a really bad leader, a bad CEO, when he puts her mood above the integrity of the relationship? I think the answer is staring into your fucking face and says, hey, it's obvious. Step number 2, or principle number 2. Think about Bugatti, gold, Bitcoin, Ferrari, Lamborghini. What do they all have in common? They're scarce. Scarcity creates value. Most of my clients, when they fall in love, they make the following mistake. They turn their girlfriend into the sun and they turn themselves into planet Earth that keeps orbiting around her all the fucking time. They stop going to the gym. They stop meeting friends. They stop pursuing their own hobbies. They stop actually creating an own life. And all they want to do is spend time with their girlfriend. The number 1 attraction killer in relationships is when novelty completely wears off. When people get so used to each other that they take each other for granted. If you always live in the sun, you will not appreciate the sun. You will only appreciate the sun when it starts raining. Meaning you need to create space again in a relationship. Meaning the CEO has to go on business trips. These business trips metaphorically stand for go to the gym again. Find a separate hobby, bro. Go play tennis, go boxing, Go join the golf club. Do something regularly without her. For the longest time, I thought this would make me selfish because I am fundamentally pushing away someone that I dearly love. Why is this not selfish? Why is this attractive? Because the more time we spend together, the less dopamine is released. When we stop spending time together, that suddenly resets the dopamine release center and novelty gets triggered. So what matters is not the amount of hours that you spend together, but the type of memories that you make when you are together. And quality always beats quantity. Principle number 3 that is perceived as selfish when you are like a Kevin, aka nice guy, but actually is not selfish but healthy, is expressing your fucking needs, bro. Imagine that your relationship has a credit card account, and every time you give, you fundamentally spend from your credit card account. You buy her a gift, $100, you don't say no, another 100. So over time, you rack up a certain balance, let's say $10,000 in credit. And how would you settle this love debt? By asking for something, by getting your wants met. Because every time you give something, that's an expense in your love debt account. Every time you take something, that's paying off some part of that credit. That's how a healthy relationship works, bro. Let me tell you a secret here, man, and maybe you recognize like doing the same thing that most of my clients do, who rack up like the max amount of love debt on their love credit cards, metaphorically as well as actually literally, because all they do is give. Expensive holidays, expensive gifts, sacrificing their sexual desires, sacrificing their sexual needs, tolerating that she doesn't want to sleep with you anymore, tolerating that she dresses up for her girlfriends but not for you. Because her doing something for you, that's how you pay off the fucking love debt, bro. And believe it or not, man, women want to be submissive in the bedroom. Women want to nurture you. They want to cook for you. They want to treat you like a king, bro. They want to treat you like a CEO. But you have to show them how to do that. You have to verbalize your boundaries, your wants and your needs. She cannot meet your wants that you've never verbalized yet. I used to be a nice guy, too afraid to express my fucking sexual desires because I was raised in this extreme Christian household by my grandma. Sex was considered shameful, a sin. So I muted myself in the bedroom. I didn't express that I would appreciate like small gestures like, hey, can you cook like cookies for me or get banana bread? Like these small little gestures that actually show me, hey, you care about me, you love me. And I see this with a ton of my clients. They never express their needs. And guess what happens? They reach the fucking love debt maximum. They max out their love debt. And guess what happens then? They lose it. Boom! Because they've built up so much debt that they can't take it anymore. They've exhausted themselves. Can you explain to me why they would be considered selfish to state your needs and actually ask for something in return? Expressing your wants and getting those wants met is the only way to pay off this love debt. By the way, man, if you recognize yourself and you want to stop acting like a Kevin and become like a grounded, masculine leader of your life, why don't we work together? Click a link in the description. I'd love to help you out. Let's have a chat. The last one is the most important one. It is, however, also the most controversial one. So I need you to really listen carefully now, man. So imagine you're the CEO and you walk into a boardroom meeting. You have one clear goal, which is to walk away with a specific strategy for the next quarter. You open the door and suddenly you see people arguing with each other, being loud, sad, angry, all at the same time. What do? Do you absorb their energy? Do you absorb their emotion? Is it your job to make them all feel better? You can validate their emotions. You can acknowledge that they are in a bad mood, but it is not your responsibility to fix this. A lot of my clients, before they join my program, try to become the CEO of her emotion. They believe that if she's in a bad mood, it is their responsibility to fix that bad mood. They think it is selfish to not fix her mood. Coming back to the CEO in the boardroom example, you can acknowledge that she's going through something, but it does not mean that you have to fix it for her. She's an adult. And that is true love. And it's so hard and difficult for us guys when we see someone struggling because we have this fixer mentality. But sometimes all a woman wants in that moment is to just figure it out by herself, or maybe just like have you sit next to her and don't say anything other than I understand, I feel you. It sounds like you're going through a tough time. It sounds like plus insert labeling her emotional experience. That's maybe all she wants. But there's one more thing. There's 7 truths I wish I would have known sooner when I entered a relationship. If you want to know what those are, watch this video next.